The chase for Karamoko Dembele continues, with Derby County now facing competition from Birmingham City to acquire the wide/advanced midfielder. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one does transpire. He's a very, very good player, and he really showed that last season on loan at Blackpool. Now, there's obviously a few key talking points to talk about here. What is the situation with Dembele and Brest? Are Derby County going to be able to make it a low fee? Is it going to be a salon clause deal? What is the deal here? Is it going to be a loan deal? What is the opportunities that Derby County and both Birmingham City have? But before we do get into talking all about that, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner to stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and EFL League One and Championship videos that are going to be coming to the channel over the course of the upcoming season. But should we get straight into it? So Derby County and Birmingham City are battling it out for one of the next biggest stars in Karamoko Dembele. He had a really impressive season last year at Blackpool on loan in League One. I did a video all about him earlier on in this transfer window, but we have some latest breaking news coming from Alan Nixon, who reports that Derby County and Birmingham are facing competition from each other. Birmingham City hold a little bit of the edge with having Karamoko's brother Sariki Dembele in their squad. However, Sariki Dembele looks like he could be on the way out of Birmingham, and that is costing them the potential opportunity. Now, I think a lot of people will probably understand that Birmingham City are probably going to offer the better financial package for Karamoko Dembele. But what Derby County can offer, which Birmingham City can't for at least the next year, is Championship football. Now, I think Derby County absolutely need to make sure they get this deal done. Whether they offer a little bit extra in wages, or they offer a wage hike if he hits X, Y, and Z criteria. I think Derby County must do that. If you look at our front players, right, and you look at Nathaniel Mendez-Lang is now the wrong side of 30. Barkhazen is now the wrong side of 30. Caden Jackson also the wrong side of 30. Now, don't get me wrong. All three players still have games left in their legs massively. Caden Jackson has looked impressive during pre-season. So has Mendez-Lang and so has Barkhazen. You also look at Blackett Taylor, obviously a little bit younger. I think he's 27 now. So bringing in Karamoko Dembele, who I believe is 21, 22 years old still, would be an absolutely mega deal for Derby County, and an absolutely important one to make sure Derby County are able to secure survival in the Championship. He's such a creative spark, and we saw that at Blackpool last season, where I think goals and assists wise, the only player above him was Mendez-Lang of Derby County, and I think Derby County are crying out for creativity. Now, he can play the number 10 role. He can play on either wing. He can play he can play sort of like a second striker role. So he's a player who I think, in my opinion, would certainly fit what Paul Warne is trying to do. Versatile, young, high energy, high ability, and that's absolutely massive. I certainly think that he could play on the right hand side, Mendez-Lang on the left, and then you can rotate between Jackson, Barkhazen, Blackett Taylor all being available as well. So for me, I think it could be a very good opportunity. Now, obviously, the question that's going to be raised with this deal is, does he want to play as high as possible, or does he want money? Because Birmingham City, in my opinion, are quite clearly going to gazump us when it comes to a financial package, because their whole intention this season, best possible squad, promotion. Now, I did predict them in my League One predictions video that they'd top the league, and I think they will. And if they bring in Dembele, then they quite clearly are going to be at the top end no matter what, because he is such a good player, and at times last season he carried Blackpool through games and to wins. And if I go back to when Derby County played Blackpool at Pride Park, Dembele was the brightest spark on the pitch. Now, and that's across both sides. Now, some people say he went missing. Some people say he didn't really do anything. But he was the one getting on the ball. He was the one pushing the tempo for Blackpool. And yes, Derby came away from that game with a 1-0 win. But on another day, if they'd still had Jordan Rhodes, it probably wouldn't have been a 1-0 Derby County win, because they did have a few opportunities that Rhodes probably would have taken. So it's one of those for me where If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner. Stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and EFL Championship and League One content that's going to be heading your way over the course of this upcoming season. We've had the League One previews and predictions and the Championship previews and predictions. We're going to get on to looking on to game week 1 next week. So make sure you've hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to stay tuned for when those videos drop. Dembele offers such a lot on an attacking output that I think it's exactly what Derby need. He will want that step up in level from League One to the Championship. Obviously, he's played elsewhere as well. He's played at Celtic. He's played at Brest. Like, he can play senior football, and he's proved that last year. And now it's time for him to go to that next step. And if Derby County can get this deal done, who knows how much he'll be worth in 3-4 years if he comes in and plays how he's played recently for Blackpool. Now, Birmingham City also have that opportunity as well, so let's not ignore that. But I think the whole deal with Birmingham rides on his brother. Now, I'm led to believe that there's some championship interest in his brother. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how that one does play out, because obviously if they were to sign Karamoko on the basis that they've got his brother and then they let his brother go, it's a bit disingenuous. So it's going to be an interesting one. And obviously it's one that seems to have been dragging since the back end of last season. At the start of the window, there was Premier League interest. That seems to have died down a bit as they've picked up other targets. Then there was a load of Championship clubs interested. That also seems to have died down a bit. And then there was a whole host of League One clubs, Derby, Sheffield, and then obviously Championship clubs, Derby, Sheffield Wednesday. I think Pompey were in there. And now it just seems to be a straight shootout between Derby County and Birmingham. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting one. I think it's exactly what Derby County need, though. Obviously, I'm not going to say he's similar to Blackett Taylor, because I think in a way he's similar, but he's also different. He likes to get on the ball. He likes to beat his man. He likes to create opportunities. And I think this could be a very, very good signing for Derby County. I think it could be one of the better ones Paul Warne makes if it gets done. Now, if you look at the players he's already brought in this transfer window, there's Kenzo, Ibu Adams, David Ozzo, who looks like an absolute powerhouse in midfield. I am going to start to get worried. If he plays like this in the league season, I'm going to start to get worried about January and Palace potentially taking him back. Obviously, there's Caden Jackson, Jerry Yates, the future signing of Jakub Zetterstrom, which is supposed to happen over probably the next 48 hours if rumours are to be true. But it's going to be very interesting. It's a very, very difficult one to look at right now. It's really difficult to see who's going to go where, how they're going to get on. But Derby County have made some really good signings so far. I think Dembele would fit that mould as well. You obviously look, there's still a few positions where we need work, and that area where Dembele will fit into is certainly one of them. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I think it is going to be really interesting to see how it does go on and what does happen over the course of the back end of this transfer window. There's less than a month left in the transfer window, and Derby County, in my opinion, probably need 4 or 5 players. That's obviously including a goalkeeper and obviously this Dembele type player as well. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Obviously, Dembele is going to be a really good signing wherever he ends up. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you click off this video. Tomorrow, we're going to have a video reviewing all the pre-season games out at 6 PM. We're then going to have an August preview, 6 PM on Tuesday. Derby County vs Blackburn preview on Wednesday. Then we're going to be looking ahead to the League One Game Week 1 and Championship Game Week 1 on Thursday. So make sure you've hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to stay tuned for when those videos drop. I really appreciate all the support on the channel so far. We've just hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for all the support, and I'll catch you in my next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.